Welcome to the Digital Marketing News. I'm Tiffani Allen.
And with your first story this week, I am Joshua Nite. Of course, I do need to acknowledge our silent partner, Toppy. He's just here to add a little festiveness to our festivities.
Yes.
But to get right into the news this week, you know what I love and crave more than anything else?
What?
Well, pizza, but also approval.
Approved.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. See, even when people just validate my parking, I just feel like this little buzz. I love it. So it's great that Facebook is making it easier to approve people to join your Facebook groups. Cool. So groups are something that Facebook seems to be investing heavily in. It is a way to get marketing to people who may not be just posting all of their stuff in public all the time anymore. People have kind of figured out that that may not be the best way to go about it. So in addition to giving companies and company pages the option to run groups this year, Facebook is also making it easier to let people in. So you don't have to choose between a closed group where you manually process everything or a completely open group where just anybody can join. You can require applicants to fill out a questionnaire first. Oh. You can limit based on their specific city or region that they're living in. Although I will point out that that's not harvested from data. That's only if people are self-reporting.
Right.
And you can have it that only people who have friends in the group already can get into the group.
Oh, okay.
So a couple of ways to limit the access, but you no longer have to manually process everything. So awesome. I think that's great. Marketers should be more involved in groups, and this just makes it easier to run one.
Speaking of Facebook.
And we were.
Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that thing.
Segue time. Ad spend on Instagram jumped 70% for stories year over year.
That is a whole lot.
That is a whole lot. Mm-hmm. That's 10% of the total Facebook ad spend in Q3 of 2019. Wow. That is a lot. Mm-hmm. Spend for Facebook stories only grew by 0.3% though.
Okay, so stories still pretty much an Instagram thing.
Yes. Video engagement does continue to grow on Facebook and Instagram, which of course includes stories, which is of course great. Paid ads are now 95.8% on mobile versus desktop.
Oh, that's almost all of the percent.
That's a good majority of the percent.
Sound majority.
Right. So for you social marketers out there, make sure that your ads are effective on mobile. They're going to a mobile-friendly landing page. They're optimized to look good on a small screen, all of those items. And of course, if you're using stories, why not try it on Instagram? Everyone's doing it.
Yeah, and then maybe not so much on Facebook.
Right.
And maybe not.
Maybe not.
You know, another new exciting thing that is happening in the world of advertising.
What?
That I was interested to see. Pandora, you know, the box that the lady that opened
Don't
the box
open
that
it.
contains all, no. Pandora, the streaming music service, is experimenting with a new type of audio ad that is interactive.
What?
Which I think is super cool. So it starts with a teaser and then it asks the listener to say yes if they want to hear more, or say no or remain silent to go back to the music. So it's kind of an audio equivalent of clicking on those YouTube ads that give you 5 seconds and then you can skip the ad. So it has this opt-in feature that I think is kind of cool. And I also feel like the novelty of that is going to get people to go, sure.
Yes.
And the example that I saw in this article, it was DiGiorno asking the beginning of a joke. It's like the setup of a joke and then say yes to hear the punchline. So anything that makes ads more exciting, more interacting, more engaging is going to be a good thing for marketers. I'm hoping that this format catches on. Keep an eye on that and see if we start seeing it for more smart speaker kind of interaction.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I can also see myself in the car just being like, yes, no! And then things go haywire. Hey, speaking of things.
Oh, I like things.
Email.
Is a thing?
Is a thing.
Still?
It's still a thing even. I know. So Twilio SendGrid released their global email benchmark report. Did you know?
I did not.
95% of Gen Z and millennial respondents say personal email is essential.
That's almost all of them. And the little tiny folks too.
Even the little guys.
Interesting, okay.
Yes, well, 95% of those surveyed, as you know. 84% of respondents check email at least once a day. You know, and guess where they're doing that?
On a typewriter.
No.
Mimeograph.
Close.
Daguerreotype.
Mobile phones.
Oh, I suppose.
And devices. So again, when we're talking about email, again, make sure you're testing those on your mobile devices. Make sure it goes to a mobile-friendly landing page. Make sure it's not a horrible mess to scroll through, etc. Of course, if you're sending emails to anyone, I think that's just the polite thing to do.
I would think so. Yeah, and landline marketing, totally dead. Please don't try sending video ads to landlines. It takes forever to transfer the data, you know.
It really does.
Hey, you know what you can also use email for?
What?
Account-based marketing.
Oh.
Or ABM. There was a recent survey that was put out by ITSMA and the ABM Leadership Alliance. Undeniably bullish on ABM is the ABM Leadership Alliance. Tend to be in favor of it. However, their survey did find that 73% of the marketers who are using ABM are planning to increase their budget in the coming year. So putting a little more spend behind it. On average, those folks are dedicating 23% of their budget to ABM already.
Wow.
So already a fourth looking to increase. And it makes sense though. 71% said they saw a greater ROI from account-based marketing compared to their traditional marketing efforts.
Yeah. The most popular tools for ABM, 70% said website, email, marketing, CRM, and social.
That sounds oddly like the things you might use for any kind of marketing.
I agree. So keep it up, guys. Less than 30% though are using chat, data management platforms, CDP, or predictive analytics.
Huh.
Only 13% plan to invest in account and engagement insights, even though top performers say that those are the most effective.
So all those big data-driven things, not getting the adoption that they probably should.
Yeah, absolutely. Something to absolutely consider, especially if you're looking to get a better return and invest more in the future. Top performers also use 2 or 3 different types of program. So like one-to-one, one-to-few, one-to-many, to really get that better return.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about account-based marketing, it's not really just a single monolithic thing. There are definitely different categories to go into depending on what your audience is, and you can hit different audiences with different tactics.
You can.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the digital marketing news we have for you today. If you want more, you can follow TopRank on Twitter at TopRank or me at Tiffani_Allen.
Yep, and you can find me on Twitter at Nitewrites, that's NITEWRITES, and you can subscribe to the blog and to our YouTube channel, and you cannot find Toppy on Twitter, sadly, but I'm sure we'll have photos of him on our Instagram.
Definitely. Well, we'll see you after the holidays.
See you next year.
Bye.